You guys realize that guy intends to burn this tower down, right? We're all wood.
Onward. To the wall. To the window. To the walls.
No.
No.
Hey, is anyone put together yet? I'm ready to shoot a fireball.
Still just the one dude outside that you can see running towards the tower with that torch.
I shoot the guy with the torch. Damn it, both arrows? Alright, I miss.
Okay, me too, I guess. Let's see. Oh! I hit! Right? 18. 14 and ranged attack means arrows, and that's 4.
Sorry, that hits, but it hits the shield he's holding. He stumbles a bit, but rights himself, and now it's his turn. Alright, so dude moves another 30 feet, and he is now next to the tower. Well, he's about 5 feet away from the tower, I should say.
Our guys don't know what's going on. Even do they? They're just pushing blindly from inside. I'm gonna jump down on that dude.
How far down is that? This is like a 40-foot tower.
Yeah. Would that hurt me?
Undoubtedly, if you miss your tumbling roll.
Alright, well, I'm gonna, lower myself down on carefully to... No, I wouldn't do that. Fuck it. I'm jumping, and I don't need the careful modifier. 13. What are we at, dexterity?
Do you have jumping or tumbling as skills? If so, add those.
I have both.
Yes, add both. You're a skilled jumping tumbler.
19.
You landed on him. Now also roll to see if you hit him with your sword.
It would seem I did not. But I landed on him.
You landed on him, so you and he both tumbled to the ground. And during your struggle, your pants, or at least the bottom part of your pants, catches fire just a little bit. And so you and him are just standing there next to each other. And you each take 8 damage from the fall.
Did you add in whatever modifiers my drumming gave him?
Yes, I am on top of everything. Don't you worry.
I'm still waiting. And I'm ready to fireball that ass.
Hey, careful with that thing. My guy says that to his guy. That sulfur you're clutching is smelling this tower up.
This might hold her up.
3 more guys, bandits just like the first guy who ran out with the torch. But these guys are 2 are all dressed in cheap chainmail and wielding a sword and a mace, and then this other guy is in even cheaper leather armor with an apron, and he's wielding a club.
Club? Like a caveman?
Oh, it's like a shillelagh. It's a one-handed club. Would you show him an image search of the word shillelagh?
I cannot figure out how to spell that fucking word.
Just look up Irish club. It's a club. You see, show him the picture of a club. It's like a club.
Got it.
Okay, anyway, so these 3 run out the door to about here, towards Dwayne and the bandit. Anyways, back to you, Gary.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna keep drumming until we get to the wall. I can do something better. No, wait. You said something about that guy. That one guy. He was dressed differently. He was just poor. He was all leathered up. Who the fuck is that guy? I'm gonna shout down to him.
And stop drumming?
Oh no! I'm gonna keep drumming. And kinda to the beat, I guess. I'm gonna shout to him. Hail, worthy aproned one. Who art thou? What's thou deal? Lay down your simple club and join us. We are the friends of the working man.
He briefly glances up at you. And Vic, your turn.
Yes.
Alright, fire again. This time at the closest of the chainmail guys. I don't want to shoot at your guy, Dwayne, and accidentally miss, But you know what? Hey, fuck it. I'm using an impact arrow. But he doesn't mean to. It was an accident.
You can't decide that your character has an accident. He either decides to do something, or I'll tell you when accidents happen.
Alright, fine. So I guess he just doesn't use an impact arrow then. Firing, 23. Damage is 12. I'm doing all the math in my head if that's alright. And my second arrow undoubtedly misses. I rolled a 2.
All right. That guy takes an arrow in the shoulder and it knocks him back a little bit in his running, but he keeps going. These are relatively tough bandit dudes.
Fireball! It is fireball time, and I'm using my magical energy to turn this silver and that cast lava into a giant fireball and cast it at those 3 guys.
All right, roll your magic fire skill.
Well, I got an 8 in fire magic, so my 9 isn't so bad. 17.
Ooh, goes right where you want it. You blast a fireball with a radius of about 20 meters, and it hits him, and him, and him, and the wall, and the door, and they all take fire damage and are on fire. None of the guys are dead. They all just got blasted and they're on fire in small ways, like their hair and bits of cloth on their armor and their clothing, and they're all kind of like smoldery and are knocked to the ground.
Their hair's on fire.
It's like smoldery, more like smoldery. And the door actually takes the most damage. I guess it crumbles and gets blasted inward, and the wall around it sort of like crumbles too. And that whole section of wall actually around the door sort of gets really fucked up and isn't necessarily easily passable anymore.
Hey man, this is gonna be our fort. You're paying for that door, Elbernad.
Oh, wait, I thought his name was Skara something?
He's using my surname, Elbernad. Scarfax Elbernad.
And the workers down below push the tower forward another hex. Alright, it's back around to Victoria.
Alright, I'm shooting down again. I've been trying to avoid shooting at the guys around you, Digoras, but this is the last one.
Better not hit me.
Oh, whatever, dude. I've softened up enough these guys for you.
But I've delivered all the killing blows.
Alright, rolling to hit. Oh! Natural 20.
What does that mean?
That means double damage, biatch, and damage is 10 plus my pluses plus times 2. That is 28 damage.
Your arrow goes directly down the center of his head. He is done.
Yes! In your face. Well, in his face.
Sticking out the bottom of his face.
Yes.
Oh, jeez, Stacy. Gruesome.
Nice one.
All right, what is this? The Iliad? Pretty graphic. All right, who's next?
I guess it's me. Well, but I've got no one left down here to kill. So I guess I just stand here for a minute. Oh no! I quickly search the bandits' bodies for anything good.
Oh, they each had a small personal purse with about, I don't know, like 14 gold between them, and the weapons as described. Nothing special that you can tell. Stacy.
Okay, so we're almost to the wall, right? Can I jump that far? How far do elves jump?
Not quite that far. You're pretty sure that your character knows they couldn't make it this time, at least yet. Well, are you like doing a running long jump or like a standing long jump?
No, never mind. You know, any way you look at it, we're probably still like, what, 20 meters from the wall? So, I don't know. I guess I wait.
So on the workers' turn, they push the tower forward another 5 meters, and then the tower stops.
Oh.
Begins to shake
Wait, why
slightly.
don't we stop the workers before now? We're in the fucking fire.
And you hear the faint sounds
Oh,
of yelps and
no.
screams from below. All right, who's next?
I'm still drumming, right?
Still drumming till your next turn when you get to decide whatever you want to do for the next 6 seconds or whatever. I believe next is Lance.
We just pushed
My
right on
turn.
top of that fire. My
It sounds like
lamp,
something's going
the
down.
fire that
but they
I
labor.
made.
So I'm gonna spill a little bone meal to our minor clan boards to peer down to the floor and see if they're alright
We
and whatnot.
just pushed on top of it without warning the workers that it was even there.
They burning! They burning! Are they? I put one of my old polish mirrors to my forehead, do my old And Royce think, what do I see?
Well, you cast some bone meal on the ground and you look into your mirror, and through the top of the tower you see all the workers below thrashing against each other in a tight space, trying to get the back door open as flames lick up around them. I mean, basically the entire floor under them is aflame, and the bottoms of the tower have caught on fire, as have their clothes.
Oh, I can't believe we forgot about that fire.
Shit. We could have avoided that, couldn't we?
Whose turn is it?
It is yours.
Alright. We're 15 yards from the wall, right? I can jump that, right? Totally. With my jump skill at 12, I can totally make that. Right? I'm a cat person.
Max running jump 15 meters. So you might be able to do it. You don't really have enough good running room, so you'd have to take like a -2 modifier to your jump roll.
Wait a minute. What about the rest of us? Because we're not cat people. Are you just gonna save yourself from this burning tower?
I've got a rope. One of you hold one end and I'll jump across with the other and tie it to something. And then once I'm there, I can pull the tower closer, at least until it's leaning so the rest of you can jump across, right? That sounds good.
Sounds good for you.
Pull this tower? The most we could do is tip this tower. We would need to create like a pulley and pull from our side.
I don't understand the plan.
And Digoras, you're down on the ground.
Oh yeah, I'm shouting up at you guys.
How much force can I get with telekinesis?
Not enough to move this tower.
You know, am I still drumming? What does my drumming add to, at this point? Is it Vic's turn, or can I do something different? I feel like an ass if all I'm doing is just still drumming.
No, it's still me. Alright. I'm going to tie one end of the rope to here. There's something to tie there, right? Okay. I'm going to tie the rope to that part of the tower, and I'm going to jump across. And we can figure out what to do with the rope if I make it.
Well, no one can jump until you drop the gate at the front, which is supposed to hook onto the wall once the tower gets there. It's sort of the way it's designed. You can open it early, but it wouldn't have the wall to hook onto, so it would just fall against the side of the tower. It wouldn't fall flat. Instead of hooking on and acting like a bridge.
Cheap ass bullshit siege tower.
Hey, it was a last minute siege tower, man. Overall, I think it served its purpose.
To burn down in disgrace and be an oven of men.
And now, a requiem for some laborers.
Alright, fine. I attach the rope, I pull the lever to lower the thing, and I am jumping across.
You have just enough time in one turn to do all those moves, so roll your rope use and then roll your jump.
Alright, rope use. Natural 19, thank goodness I'm only okay at ropes. So, you said I get a -2, but my jump is 12, and I have a dexterity of 17, which means I add 14 to my roll. So I get a 25.
All right, you do make it. You scramble a little on the edge of the battlement, but you climb onto the edge of the roof. You end your jumping turn right here, right at the edge of the roof on the fort, holding your rope. So this span now is crossed by your slack rope. Dwayne?
So I'm just down here surrounded by burning bodies? How bad is this fire? Can I put it out?
Well, it's like a big pool of burning oil and fat, and the bottom tier, like the bottom floor of the tower, is all on fire. So the door at the back where all the workers entered seems to be jammed, and the workers are pulling at it from the other end. But you wouldn't see that, so never mind. You know that, Lance, but you, Dwayne, you're on the other side of the tower, so you don't see the door. But you hear the screams.
Jesus, we got it. We gotta save them. How much do we even pay them for this?
Not enough, man.
First off, they was making motherfucking racist comments about known folk on the way up the mountain. Second off, I mean, my sister married a pixie, and it's not cool even to make fun of pixies. So those guys were not innocents or anything. They was probably some assholes. Not probably, they was assholes.
Let that have been true.
Surely they weren't all assholes. I mean, in a group of how many? There had to have been at least one or two who hated the gnome racist culture and just wanted to get home to their wives.
Well, there was that one guy that your character, that Celicio was joking with on the way up the mountain. Yeah, and he told you all about his life, and you guys developed some kind of rapport, and You know, you were talking about, like, just what you said about his wife and all his hopes for the future.
Well, let that also have been retroactively true.
Then I have to save him.
Sorry, Celicia. He was the first to burn. Here is to him and his racist fucking family.
Do you think the spirits were lifted at all by my drumming?